Big Boy's Neighborhood. All righty now. TJ Dillashaw is in the neighborhood, man. TJ, welcome to the neighborhood again, brother. And congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Off of another title defense. And as we're sitting here, you have the belt in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What does that feel like, man, when you keep the belt? When you were hearing, Garbrandt saying the things that he was going to do to you the first fight, not that it was a fluke, but I learned from my mistakes. Do you go into the octagon with a different mentality?
You do, man. You gotta switch yourself up as a fighter. You can't go in there being the same guy every time because they'll figure you out. Especially because I train with the guy. They know what I do. They know what I'm good at. So I worked a lot of boxing in this camp. When he's good in the boxing range, so I went in there. I wanted to beat him at his own game. I knew I could beat him in the pocket. I had more power, so I changed it up on him. He expected me to move and throw a lot of kicks. Instead, I got in there and threw heavy leather and caught him with that right hand.
But what's crazy about that, TJ, is I would think also, do you ever think like, oh, I got him before, I can get him again, or is that a false security?
No, you definitely can. I mean, I'm not saying the old game plan wouldn't have worked, but why not switch it up on him, go for that KO, be entertaining. I like to get in there and be exciting. You guys watch me come out, I have a smile on my face.
Yeah.
I enjoy being there. I enjoy the crowd. I enjoyed Staples Center being packed.
Yeah.
All the stars being there, you in the front row up there.
Especially, though, think about how many times you either passed by the Staples Center or possibly been in there, and for everybody to come in and it's like it's your night.
Yeah, man.
People had to make plans for you.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's surreal, man, to have that. I posted a picture the other day of just it's packed, and me and Garbrandt up there on the big screen. Everyone just ready for our fight. It's all hyped up. All the commercials leading up to it. It's fun, man.
Before you get into the octagon, we can get there whatever time we get there. We take our seats. There is a long journey. We think the walkout. There is a long journey before the walkout. When does camp start for TJ Dillashaw?
I usually do like 12 weeks.
So 3 months.
Wow. Yeah, usually 3 months. I do longer than most people. I have to get pulled back a little bit sometimes. I'm one of those guys that wants to be in the gym constantly. But I'd say usually, especially for a championship fight.
And what are you doing for 3 months of training?
Preparing for that opponent.
So you're really training.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many aspects of MMA that you got to train. You got to do boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, strength conditioning. So to fit all those things in a short camp, I think it's too much. I'd rather get into those 8 weeks. So most people do like an 8-week camp.
Right.
I like to get into those 8 weeks already being in shape instead of getting in shape.
Right.
And then I can really focus on my technique and focus on my opponent. And that's the only way I feel like I can get better at techniques. Like I spend a lot of time boxing. If I would have just jumped in 8 weeks and started doing boxing, I feel like I wouldn't have soaked it up as much.
Right.
So I got to start a little bit longer so I can add new wrinkles to my game.
Do you feel when you're walking out, is it the same old thing like, oh, I've been here before, or is it always like a new set of butterflies for whatever reason?
Yeah, it's a new set. I mean, you've been there, so you get comfortable with that feeling. And I used to hate it. I hated being nervous, man. Like walking out, be like, man, why do I do this stuff?
Right. You would walk down like, man, I should have just went and got that floral.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure,
Hell yeah, it is.
But then you learn to love it, man. And you get confident. Once you get confident and you learn how good you are and just really start believing in yourself, you're like, this is tight.
Really?
Look at like just slap some hands walking out.
And it'd take a hell of a person to take that dream away from you, though.
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially how hard I work. I work ridiculously hard. Too hard to let it go. I mean, I did, I almost worked a month for every minute that fight went.
Yeah, oh man, we had Cody in the neighborhood, dude. Yep. And and what happens, TJ, is you become attached to because I know fighters now. You know what I'm saying? So
find out their story, who they are.
Yeah. And so you're sitting there and you got to detach yourself from that and just say, hey, I'm a spectator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a spectator now. Yeah. And even when we knew that you were coming into the neighborhood, I had to tell the neighborhood also. Like I told Ida, I said, TJ coming in, and I was like, well, he's the one. And she was like, oh yeah.
No, I feel you. As soon as it makes the fights more interesting though too. I mean, obviously, if you start to learn who someone is or get to know them, it's a lot more nervous to watch them fight.
Right.
Like when my buddies fight, I'm more nervous when they fight than I fight myself.
Have you ever wanted to jump over and get in?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's got to be hard watching like a teammate fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's got to be hard.
Sweating in the corner, like you want to tell them what to do. You just want to like be able to jump in there and control the situation.
Do you hear your corner screaming out to you, and do you always listen to your corner?
I do hear them. You can't always listen to it. You
Right.
know, I mean, there might be something happening at a different speed. They can see what just happened when you're seeing what happened. You know, so you use their information.
Right.
You use their information. You kind of wait to see that opening again. You can't just do it Johnny on the spot, right?
Right.
Most of the time, and there are situations you can, maybe in the grappling world, but when you're striking, like you can't think, because if you're thinking, you get caught.
How do you train to get either hit or kicked, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different beast when we and she fights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fight. Well, so now everybody want to sue you.
Yeah.
But like, there's no, so it's more when you say self-defense, I'm not trying to get hit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I see right now that you still have like a little shiner.
Oh yeah.
What, take me after the fight.
Yeah, every fight's different, right? I mean, you can go in there, you can get cut, which, takes a couple weeks for it to heal up. You got a black eye like this, might take a week and a half. I think the things that hurt the most are the leg kicks.
Yeah.
If you get someone to start beating on your leg, like that Charlie horse lasts a while, things like that. I mean, your face heals fast, your body heals pretty quick. I fortunately haven't been injured in the fights very, very much, so I've walked out of there feeling pretty good within a week. But there's some guys that you see, like I used to train with Uriah, and Aldo.
Oh my God.
Aldo destroyed his leg, and he had to. I mean, he was on his couch for like 3 weeks, you know?
Wow.
Do you have any secrets to healing fast? Any ointments or special like acupuncture?
I wish I did, because I never take it serious afterwards. I should be icing my eye. I should be doing stuff, but I'm worried about eating donuts and partying, hanging out with my family and getting a drink.
Because if you
Letting
figure,
loose.
if you're 3 months of training,
strict diet.
after strict diet.
Yep.
And what's your strict diet?
Yeah, I guess the closest diet I'm to is ketogenic. I'm not ketogenic, but it's like the closest thing I'm to. I don't eat any grains, no sugars, no complex carbs. I'll eat some simple carbs. I'll eat fruits and things like that. But tons of greens. I do a lot of juicing.
Right.
Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy looking great and
okay.
feeling good.
Yeah.
But
So
the process
after
is
you
not fun.
win, what do you do the next day?
Eat some pizza.
Yeah.
Grab a drink with the family. Thank all the close family and friends that came out, my cornermen, my coaches, and just kind of take a deep breath, and all that stress from that last 3-4 months is off your shoulder. I
heard that.
And then the next question is, who you fight next?
Yeah.
Like, what's
That's
next?
immediate. Like Joe would be in the ring, like, oh, you're like, oh, stop it. And TJ Dillashaw in the neighborhood, UFC bantamweight champion, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds good, huh?
That sounds great.
Hell yeah, it does,
sounds
man. How
great.
many title defenses so far?
I defended twice the first time, and now it's my first the second time. So 3 title defenses and 2 times winning the belt.
And just knowing that there's somebody out there that want to clean your clock and go home with your jewelry.
Yeah, I have a target on my back now.
Yeah, hell yeah, you do.
Yeah,
and even a bigger target now.
Yep.
Would you see Garbrandt again, or do you feel like 743-1212? I know his number.
I know his number, man.
Yeah.
I'm the king of the weight class. He's gonna have to move weight classes or do something. I've already knocked him out twice.
Right.
So unfortunate for him.
But you haven't knocked him out 3 times. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying?
Pay me again. Let's do it.
Hello. Now, speaking of pay me again or let's do it, like TJ Dillashaw, you fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't pick the easy guys, the easy route out. But I did see Gervonta Davis, which is a professional boxer, and he's good at what he do.
Yep.
How did this Twitter situation come? Because I know, was it just from him saying, I want to fight the guy?
Yeah, he was just talking about how he wanted to fight me. He wouldn't tag me. He was talking about how he wanted to fight me and how he'd beat me up. He'd fight me in MMA, whatever. And so I got caught wind of it, and I called him out. And let's bring it, dude.
And you guys have been going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Where we could see Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather situation.
Oh, I hope so.
But yeah, so do I. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you feel like Gervonta is he ready, or have you felt like, okay, I'm starting to see him turn away just a little bit now?
I'll be surprised if he mans up and does it. He can talk big, but once I call you out, I did a video this morning saying like, look, this is me, man. I'm ready. You want to call me out? Let's do this thing. If you want to step in the cage, you're a dead man.
And he's talking about coming into the cage.
Show him what real fighting's all about.
The cage, though.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, I think he's got a very padded record, to be honest, even in the boxing world, So I've been training with some of the best boxers in the world, and I'd love to jump in there and test him with that, too. I don't even care where it happens. I just know that I beat the guy.
But is he saying that he would want to, from what I understand, and Gervonta can come into, is he saying in the cage?
Oh, yeah, he said MMA. He said he wanted to fight me in MMA. So I would love to welcome a boxer into the ring and show him what's up. It'd be a dream.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. That's probably one I'm gonna pay for the pay-per-view, but I'm not gonna watch it till I know like later on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just it's a whole different thing in MMA to me personally. You know, there's a lot of different kind of styles. A lot of, you know, people that think they're great street fighters and great boxers and this, that, and the other. They don't understand ground and pound or getting, you know, like even and I say this, at Mike Tyson's best, you could have put him to me in the ring, and now if he would have hit you, he got you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you were able to get under that and sweep, a lot of people don't know how to get off the ground.
Oh yeah, fish out of water when you're on their back.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
but hey man, he's got confidence. That's sweet. You know, if you believe in yourself, let's see you test your skills.
Yeah, and we could put together for the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So, but is that something that you would want to explore?
Absolutely.
I heard that.
Huge, man. Big time.
Yeah, man. Now, what about Conor McGregor? We saw Conor McGregor make all this money with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How do you feel? What's your personal relationship with Conor McGregor?
I don't know him on a personal level, you know, only here and there, crossing paths and stuff. I mean, he's a smart dude. He's done great for himself. And I've always underestimated him in his fights. You know, his fights against Aldo, I was like, Aldo's got him. When he went for his second belt against Eddie Alvarez, like, Alvarez has got him. But he comes out there and he presses, man, the power of belief with that guy.
What about his antics? Like, do you think that you could have thrown a dolly through a bus?
I couldn't.
And I know I couldn't.
Yeah,
and you know, slap on the wrist, and then get the fight.
Come out on top, and it's gonna be the biggest fight ever. I mean, the guy is smart with everything he says, everything he does. I mean, he came out, he was impressive in that boxing fight. You know, he did a lot better than I even expected him to. I mean, Mayweather came out there with a smart game plan, let him wear himself out, and then put it on him. But man, the guy's he's done really well for himself. And I hated him at first. Like, I've been fighting, I've been grinding, I've been working hard.
Right,
you know, he comes in within 3 years, just this mega superstar. So you got to hate on the guy. But then now it's like he's backed it up. He's done great. So
is he good for the sport?
He's brought a lot of attention, man.
Yeah,
you know, he's brought. I mean, I wouldn't say the sport, but I'd say because as a sport as a whole, I believe in the sport of being a martial artist. All the respect of it that comes behind it, all the hard work, all that stuff. But as the attention, he's definitely brought it, you know, and which puts money in our pocket, which it makes more eyes. The more people that want to watch me fight, the more I get to do this.
Right. What do you see as far as where you see MMA, the fights right now? It not that it's almost looking, but now everybody's like almost got a character or almost got a, you know, and not that it's WWE, but do you feel like now that there's you got to have this with that now?
To an extent, yeah, but I like it to where it's real, you know. Like, don't be someone fake. Don't be someone that you're gonna you act different on camera, you know. Like, you can still be your own character, be yourself, you know. Be that person that got you to where you're at and show your true story, your true character. Like, I'm a very competitive, aggressive dude, you know. I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna go out there and throw dollies through a window. But I'm gonna be entertaining. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna knock you out, and I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna knock you out.
I heard that, and when you say it, you really believe it, huh?
Oh hell yeah. You have to, man. You can't second guess yourself out there because you can't be the greatest of all time. Can't be the best pound for pound fighter in the world if you're not out there believing it.
Have you ever lost your attention just kind of walking to the octagon, or, you know, do you ever like look over and be like, hey, there goes such and such?
Oh, dude, I started doing that. Like I said, I started doing that more so when I started having fun.
Right.
When I started enjoying it, I better walk out and be like, oh, dude, point out, like, I remember talking to Shaquille O'Neal. Front row, one of my fights. Matt Damon was talking to me at this fight, you know. I remember I was fighting in Atlanta, and I was fighting Mike Easton. This is when I started like feeling my groove and having fun. Shaquille O'Neal's front row, and he was I had picked him up. It's like, this for you, Shaq, slammed, and then Shaq's in the corner like teaching me, telling me like, you know, elbow him. So I'm talking back and forth while fighting.
and then easily goes, no, don't, Shaq, stop it.
What are your thoughts about Ronda Rousey not returning to the UFC and then going into the WWE?
I feel like it's probably an easier lifestyle. You know, a lot less pressure on there to get out there and perform and to. I mean, she's still performing. She's still doing a great job. She's still an athlete, and she's done great for the sport, especially the women's MMA. You know, so I'll always support her. But I mean, she's doing good for herself. So you gotta be happy. You know.
To me, I was a little bit disappointed just because I believe in her so much.
Yeah.
And it just broke my heart how broken I felt that she was after that loss, that she didn't really ever come back from that. I mean, she tried, but just her going into the WWE, because I respect her so much as an MMA fighter, like I was just like, wow, like you're really leaving this for WWE. And it just, to me, it was just like she never picked herself up from that. So,
but when you're like that, when you're like a god of the women's MMA and then you just get obliterated and they don't come back, that messes with your confidence.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough thing. If you're going there, like I said, without confidence, it's a tough thing. And so I can see, like, she was the queen of everything. Was doing so much, didn't focus as much as getting better, and then these girls caught up. The sport grew.
Yeah,
these girls caught up
She
and put
created
it on
that
her.
lane.
So then it messed with their confidence too, So
Yeah.
I think her being super busy as well as the sport getting better, and then now losing her confidence. I mean, that's probably the right choice for her.
Was there ever a time during your career that you felt like you've lost your confidence?
No,
He like, hell no.
No.
He was like, nah.
hell
He
no.
like, don't you see what's sitting in front of you? What the
Hell
hell?
no. I grew up wrestling, and wrestling taught me everything I needed to learn about competition, believing in yourself, getting out there and doing. I didn't accomplish what I wanted to in wrestling, and that's what drove me to fighting. But I learned a lot, like just learned how to compete and be a professional and really get out there. And
Who
and believe
put
in
you
yourself.
into like wrestling, and when did wrestling go from wrestling to martial arts?
Yeah, my dad.
Really?
Yeah, my dad wrestled in college. He got me into wrestling. He was a real good. I grew up in a real small town, town of 3,500 people,
Damn.
graduating class of 100.
Oh Lord,
And that's 'cause
everybody,
there's, like-
everybody know your business.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Jesus
And
Christ.
so my dad was like the baddest wrestler up there, And so he got me into it. I started following him around, and then I got good at it. Got a full ride scholarship to
Oh.
Cal State Fullerton down here in Orange
Hello.
County. My assistant wrestling coach at the time was Mark Munoz. He's a UFC fighter. And when I graduated, I was enrolled in grad school to become a physician's assistant. And he talked me out of it. He's like, man, well, he didn't talk me
Damn.
out of a physician's assistant, but he just talked me into fighting. Because like I said, I didn't reach my goals in wrestling. So I felt like, man, I'm not done. And then as soon as I started following him around a little bit, he's like, I think you'd be great at this sport, man. Like, you're an aggressive wrestler. He's a really big guy. So I was training with big guys. Like, you do great with all these big guys. You need to give it a shot. So I dropped out of school, told myself,
What do you tell friends and family? I'm dropping out of school
Gotta go.
to go fight.
they think you're crazy.
Really? Even your dad being a wrestler.
They loved it actually.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
My parents followed me everywhere.
You're like,
Like,
whoa, I'm glad. Waiting for you to come around.
Got
well,
y'all.
they thought
That's my boy.
they thought following me and competing was done. After I graduated college, like, that's it. My little brother wrestled, but he stopped. So they traveled the world to watch me wrestle.
Wow.
And so then when I told them I was fighting, they were actually, I could tell they were excited. Like,
They missed it.
Yeah.
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 Did they do one of those fake? You sure, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they came out with a robe. You know what I'm saying? Like, just wanted to make sure that your heart was in it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's pretty much how it went down. I
Now
mean,
you're a father as well now, right?
yes. Just
Okay.
newly
Congratulations.
father.
All right. Yeah. Congrats to you, man.
Thanks.
And your son or daughter?
Son,
Son. If your son first, you will put him in self-defense.
of course.
Alrighty. What if he comes to you 18, 19 years from now
Yeah.
and say, I want to turn pro?
Man, I hope
After everything you've been through.
Yeah, I know. I hope he doesn't want to fight, but I'll never shy him away from it.
Right.
I'm gonna put him in every situation. I don't care what sport it is, golf, soccer, baseball, and if he loves it, go for it.
Right.
If he wants to do it, I'll support him. I don't want him to fight, but if
Right.
he does, he does.
What now? We see TJ Dillashaw. We see the wins. We see the belt sitting in front of you. What don't we see? How hard is that road? Because there's a lot of people out there, and there's just a few names that you know. What don't we see that makes you different from the of somebody else?
I would just say how obsessed I am. I'm obsessed with training. I'm obsessed with getting better. And then I guess I don't show enough of my personal life. Just a good family man. I was raised by a great family. I don't have like the average bad story.
Right,
of, like,
right.
the hard upbringing. I was raised by a great family, and so maybe that. Just I don't know, man. It's tough.
And then when we don't see like the bruising, the wear and tear, being pulled away from your family, do you train with your family around, or are you one of a fighter that says, I gotta lock myself away from the family?
No, they go with me. They travel
Okay, yeah.
anywhere I go. They go with me. They're here in LA right now. They're part of the crew. They're my hype crew. Anytime you come home and you had a hard practice, man, I sparred like shit. I didn't feel good. Like, she's the one that talks me up.
Hell yeah.
She's like,
The
oh, come
queen,
on.
huh?
Yeah, this happens. This happens in camps. Don't worry about it. This
Do you
and
ever
that.
say, well, you go fight? You don't know me. Yeah. What does your wife say? You her husband. I'm pretty sure she's been through this. It's not like
Yeah.
if I come home and I'm bruised up. But what does she say? Like, what's the care after? We know you fucking.
Yeah.
We know you're gonna do that.
You're
But
the
what's
man, right? You got to.
Hello,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
But what, like, is she looking at you like, you're bruised? Are you okay?
Nah,
Do you want
she-
your kid to see you?
It's the kid. But lately he's 8 months old, so it's been
Yeah.
like that puts a smile on my face, right?
Okay.
Like you forget about anything. But she's a trooper with it. She's been around. She went through my wrestling career. Been together like 12 years.
Okay, yeah.
So she knows it. She's traveled the world with me.
So she was in the gym with you and pinning them down.
Oh yeah, she was in the gym when I was completely broken. She was supporting me.
I heard
she
that.
had the good job, and I was.
Sure you want to say that because I don't want her to have that on you.
He said it. Look, look back in this interview. He said I was
the tables have turned. She's being taken care of. She's doing a great job. But yeah, man. I mean, I was broke. I told her when I dropped out of school, I was like, I'm gonna move to Sacramento and start training. She's like, what? She had a good job down here in Southern California, but she supported me, man.
It sounds like
awesome.
such a dream.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm gonna move and you gotta have somebody that's all right. I'm with you, or
She
somebody.
could send like peace. You know?
Yeah, hell
Like-
yeah. Like, all righty, well, let me
ain't
know.
going with you.
Can you imagine have to pay for the pay-per-view? Like, damn, I had him. You know what I'm
lying.
saying?
He
Like,
told me.
oh, man.
Hell yeah, that'd be.
Who's this B that's going into the octagon with him? TJ, when was your last street fight?
College.
College.
When I was wrestling in college, yeah.
What
Okay,
happened?
what happened?
Oh, stupid bar things, you know.
Damn,
I was
you guys get into the most fights in bars.
Bars.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
love
always
being
hear
in
bar
bars.
fights.
Liquid courage. It gives
Yeah.
that other guy
Well-
like he thinks he can do it.
Yeah, well, and I'm not a big guy either, too. Someone's gonna see you in the bar and like, you know,
Like,
they're-
he's easy to
I
get
got
at.
this guy, you know what I mean? But we were out with all my wrestling buddies having
Oh
a good
my
time,
God.
and then someone wants to get tough, and one thing leads to another. Liquid courage, and wrestlers aren't like the most. I mean, some of them are. You look at their ears; if they're beat up, don't mess with
Yes,
them.
man. I tell people that.
Don't mess with
That's
them.
the key.
You know,
It
but-
take a long time before somebody gets so-called cauliflower ear. When
Yes.
you earn those ears.
Those are badge of honor for sure.
Yeah, man. So take me through it. What happened?
It was something dumb, like someone won an arm wrestling match or something, started talking crap back and forth, and started like me and like ate it like it was stupid. Big brawl out in the parking lot. Stupid stuff.
Were y'all fighting like so-called average guys?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And you
Poor-
were with your team?
Yeah. poor
Anybody
guys.
resting in peace right now?
No.
Okay, just check.
Yeah, because I don't like fighting on the street.
Right.
You know, you never know what's gonna happen. It might turn into you hitting someone, them falling down, hitting their head. They're
Yeah,
dead.
man.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
You know, like so you got to be careful fighting on the street. It's not worth it. I mean, ever since I started doing martial arts, I started fighting. I haven't been in a fight. I've avoided any confrontation. It's once you know you're confident and you know you can
Right.
beat someone up, you
No
avoid
need
it
to
at all
show it
costs,
as well.
right? So I mean, I don't condone anyone fighting in the street.
Man, how's your relationship with Dana White?
That's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, he's built this sport. I mean, look what it
Hell
is today. You know, so he's done a great job promoting this thing and building it up from nothing. you
Right.
know?
Do you listen to him like as far as when I don't know if there's movements to fights, but do you listen to him when he say, we got something coming or hold on or what's y'all relationship with when y'all dialogue?
Man, when it comes to fights and the natural buildup of fights, he kind of lets it happen. You know,
Mhm. Right,
they'll get
right.
behind it once it happens. You know, but they don't like influence you to do that. You know, it's more like, and this fight's organic. Let's push it. Let's put the behind
Right.
us, you know, or. You know, I mean, at least in my situations, you know, there'll be like things for like sponsorships and stuff will get behind you and help you out. But when it comes to the fights, you let them naturally happen organically. You know?
Are you mentally knowing your next opponent, or have you just kind of let me relax a little bit?
It's starting to get there. You know, you're trying. I mean, sure, I got Gervonta Davis. I can beat up.
that could happen.
I got Henry Cejudo calling me out. He's the one that just won 125s. I would love that fight. You know,
Is that the next one though?
maybe?
Wow.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if it all comes together,
Because
you know.
Cejudo, he just got Mighty Mouse.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep, same night. Yeah.
Yeah.
He called me out on the mic afterwards, and I said, "Bring it." You know, I'd love it. I love that fight. I'll run through him. You know, I'll have 2 belts, looking for the greatest pound for pound fighter of all time.
Man, so right now, pound for pound, they got you at number 3.
Yep.
With Cormier and Connor.
Yep.
That's y'all a hell of a party.
Some heavy hitters right there. And
Yeah, it is.
They both had 2 belts, so I think it's my time.
Go ahead, man. I would, whatever it is, I'll let us see it, TJ.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it.
Obviously, with more wins, you get more attention, and then you have maybe other people calling like Hollywood. We love athletes crossing over. Do you ever see yourself going into that realm?
Absolutely, I love it. I got to do a commercial for Van Heusen out in New York, and we did a fight scene with Wonderboy Thompson, and we're in like dressed up in suits and we're fighting, and it was real choreographed scenes. It was cool. I got to slam him through some tables,
Nice.
and beat each other up. It was a ton of fun. So I'd love to do something like that.
Anything on a bucket list like I'd rather do something like a Jason Bourne versus like a Marvel movie?
I do them both. Oh, go ahead.
Both. I mean, yeah,
How about
both.
him?
I mean,
Okay.
if I get to be a superhero, I mean, what's more like, being a child and like thinking of superheroes,
Yeah.
like that'd be amazing, right? So yeah, I mean, but then also you got the being like a true, real badass too, getting out there and doing it for real. So I can see myself doing either. That'd be a lot of fun.
What kind of dad are you?
I love being a dad.
Isn't it crazy how once you have your little ones, you start to think like, man, what was I doing before you got here? Then I'm like, always, okay, I was prepping for you.
Everything, financial decisions, anything you do is now based on what your kid, what's going to be better school districts, where you're going to move, what you're going to do. You're holding on to your money, you don't want to spend it. Go buy a fancy car. That's the kids' college fund,
Yeah, man.
So I want to be the best dad as possible. I mean, I was raised by a great family,
That's
so
fabulous.
I'm very close to my family. I want it to be the same way.
Do you see yourself having more kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you want a girl?
At first, I was so anxious to get a boy. I think I was more nervous to find out if it was a boy or a girl than any of my fights, anything. I was sweating.
Really?
As soon as I found out a boy, I kicked the door. I was like, yeah, I did it.
And then they're like, you got to replace that door, TJ. Can't be coming in here. Yeah, you get pregnant again, don't come in here.
You ain't welcome back.
I don't know how to tell you to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kick one door, you'll kick another.
Yeah.
So you will become possibly extending the family.
Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. We want to. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it'd be cool to have a little girl now. Now that I got the boy out of the way, and I for sure did that. Like, yeah. I mean,
did you do a gender reveal?
We didn't. I was too nervous. I wanted to find out right away.
Right away,
now
huh?
you can. Now that you've been
Now
through
I
that
can.
whole, now you should do some kind of like fight gender reveal theme.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I was too nervous.
What comes out of there?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh my God, he punched
Pink
a
or
blue
blue?
squee ball. Yeah, she would ask you about that. She's about to get married at the end.
Congratulations.
In October, man. What kind of wedding did you have?
We went to Mexico.
Oh, I heard
Yeah,
that.
we were smart. I went to Sayulita. It's about,
nice. I know it's that.
Oh,
Nayarit.
perfect. Yeah, it's like 45 minutes out of Puerto Vallarta.
Uh-huh.
I just won the belt. I got married 3 weeks later. We had this plan before I was even fighting for the title. But 2014, I won my belt. 3 weeks later, got married. So thank goodness we kind of went to Mexico and did it, because if I would have had a wedding anywhere close to home, it would have been so expensive and so many people.
Man, yeah.
So we got to invite the closest family, go out and have a vacation wedding.
Nice.
It was
I heard
amazing.
Beautiful.
And you have a wedding choreographer that does everything for you. You obviously got to pick and choose a little bit, but it was a lot less stressful.
Yeah, I bet.
Because I had all my fight camp to get ready, so I wasn't helping the wife at all with anything.
Oh.
So I had 3 weeks after the fight until we got married.
At least you have like a really nice excuse, like, well, I'm training, I can't help you.
I'm fighting for a world
My fiance
title.
is like,
Yeah, I was trying
what
not
do
to
you
get
need?
my brains busted out.
I mean, this is my first big fight. I was an 8-1 underdog. I was
Yeah.
fighting Hidden Barao, the biggest name in the game, and no one gave me a chance of beating him. And so I was fighting for this world title fight to change our lives, and it
Yeah.
did. It changed our lives forever. That one fight, So.
In your suit, were you wearing a cummerbund or did you put your belt on? I would have been real tacky, like, oh yeah, I
brought the belt.
Where do you keep your belts now?
At home in the living room, glass little show it off, when you walk in the living room. Yeah, and then obviously get to travel with the big boy,
Hell yeah. No, that one is amazingly beautiful, bro. It's crazy how everyone doesn't have that.
Dude. It don't hold your pants up, that's for sure.
Right, which is a small thing.
You shouldn't even be wearing pants if you have it on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Which is a small thing, Like, and just how much do you value family? Because it sounds like when you say your parents, your child, your queen, how much do you value your family?
It's everything, man.
Yeah.
Without family, at least in my mind, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't
you.
be where I'm at, wouldn't be as successful. I wouldn't have the mindset that I have. So for me, family's everything. That's my backbone.
In years down the road, if your wife told you, call it in, do you call it in?
Fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll know when to call it in.
Right.
She'll tell me the right time. She'll know what's best. So yeah, I mean, I'll definitely take her opinion into it. I mean,
Is she a martial artist?
She's not.
No.
No. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could have marry a martial artist to be involved with that. It'd be like trying to tell me how to do my job.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about your jab. You need to throw your jab. Keep your elbow in. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Does she watch your fights with you? If you go to review?
Yeah, she'll watch them with me. Like, as soon as we get home from the fight,
She goes to the fights?
Yeah.
Wow.
She was 8 months pregnant. Watched when I beat Cody the first time in New York. Like, it was like the last flight she could possibly take. Like after she got back, there was no way she's traveling. Like, she was pregnant watching that fight out in New York.
Does she get nervous for you going into the octagon, even with the second fight?
Yeah.
Does she get nervous? Like,
oh yeah, but she does a good job of like not showing it. Like to anybody there or me especially. Like she does a good job holding it in. But then after the fight, she's like, "Oh my God, I was so nervous."
Yeah.
Like understandable because I get nervous when my friends fight. I can only imagine if my significant other was in there. Yeah, man.
What do you do soon as you get back into your locker room?
It's always just high fives and hugs and kisses and family. My family is always at every fight. They come in the octagon afterwards. We always say congrats, and they come back in the locker room. I get dressed up because I got media day.
Right.
I got the press conference, and so
What does that room feel like when you take an L?
oh, it's tough, man. We have the highest highs and the lowest lows in the sport. You know, because you don't have a team. You don't have a team to rely on. If you lose, you can't be like, oh, it's this guy's fault.
Yeah, I threw it to him, he missed it.
It's yourself. It's one-on-one combat. So like I said, it's the highest highs because all this attention, all this drama before the fights and the lowest lows. Like when I lost that split decision to Dominic Cruz, the fight I shouldn't have lost. It was controversial.
Is it better for you when it's not better for you, but does it?
I'd rather lose.
Right,
I'd rather know that guy's a better man. I was a champion. He came in and took it from me, a split decision victory. You know, like it's one of those things. Like, damn it.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought they were going to do to Cejudo with Mighty Mouse. You know, you got to beat the champion. You got to beat the champion. I was just like, I think he did beat the champion.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you watch anyone else's fights that's like, if it's not a teammate or?
Yeah, I watch fights. I mean, it depends. It depends on what card it is and stuff too. Like, because I train all day long. I'm in the gym all day long. So when I get home, it's almost like bringing work home with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Like especially like, I work at McDonald's, and guess what we got for dinner? McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I like to come home and get an escape from it. But there's a lot of fights that I'll watch, or if I know when someone's very technically gifted, like I want to see what they're doing, how they're changing the game, what I can copy. You know, like or what they're doing that's new.
So you're watching a little different than us too, because you can see somebody's flaws. Like when you look at like even Garbrandt, right? When you guys look face to face, have you ever looked at a fighter and you like, I got him?
Yeah. Oh man, all the time. I mean, this last fight I walked in there, I knew exactly how I was going to beat him too.
Wow. Is that the way you did?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't say. I mean, I wasn't like I would see it like. Oh, I mean, I called the first round. I knew he was gonna be dropping his left hand. I knew he was gonna be open for it. And because I changed my game, worked a lot of boxing, I was gonna be in the pocket. That I was gonna catch him with it. That eventually he was gonna get reckless and come at me, and that opening was gonna be there.
He got upset about the way that you celebrated after the first fight.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he would even be more upset the way that you celebrated the second time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's adrenaline.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Cody was right to say, I didn't like the way that he celebrated?
Oh, I mean, it sucks to lose. I mean, it sucks to see someone else yelling in your face while you're like halfway unconscious. You know? But I mean, that was just super raw and organic. I mean, there was so much buildup to that fight. They were bashing me, you know, for a year. A year of me having to defend myself, and this guy calling me this name, that name, you know, saying just dismantle, trying to dismantle my name, and it's kind of like what? Yeah, I just knocked you out, and I wasn't like a plan, nothing, but it was just raw emotion coming out. You know, I yelled at him, and I used to train with his team, so all of his cornermen are my buddies. After I yelled in his face, went over to their corner, yelled in all their faces, kind of like, what now? You know,
do friendships end because of certain things like that sometimes?
Some do, yeah, some do. I mean, I'm still friends with a lot of guys up there. You know, guys that were cool with the whole situation. Guys that know what, I mean, everyone knows what happened. Even some of the guys that turned on me are the ones that told me to leave. You know, so yeah, I mean, those relationships are the ones that are squandered, right? The ones that like, they're not true. They're like, they know exactly what happened, but they flipped the script to be the man, you know, like this camera's in their face and team alpha male versus everyone, you know, but they know the truth. And so those ones hurt, you know, but I still have a lot of friends up there.
TJ Dillashaw, definitely want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood and hanging out with us, man.
My pleasure, man.
All right. So by, let's say 2018, we're not going to see you in the octagon again, possibly.
We'll see.
Wow.
We'll see. I mean, I love my family time. I love getting that done. But obviously, if the right opportunity arises, we'll see, man. You know, like I'm always ready. When I get out there, I'll be training. Even though I'm on vacation, I'm waking up, I'm running, I'm training. I'm always ready, man. So we'll see.
What kind of vacation is that? Waking up running? Like,
because I don't feel right, man.
Dream on. Waking up running, like,
man, until you get that like high from working out all the time and your body feels as good as it's ever. If you've been on the peak pinnacle performance, like it's hard not to be there.
People have told me about that.
Yeah,
I've never experienced working out where I'm just like, like I hate working out.
Oh, I feel.
But then you can look at me and you could tell too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, big, you know. Yeah, but man, I wish you nothing but the best, man. Thank you for taking your time and coming into the neighborhood, man. And once again, man, you're a very exciting fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was worth my pay-per-view money too. Because anytime I go, I still gotta pay.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get home and see what the commentators are saying.
You
can see like the small action happening. You know? On TV's the best seat, really.
Stay exciting, man. Stay exciting. TJ Dillashaw in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.